Hey folks, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here today in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. We've got another nice addition to our inventory here to go over with you, and that is going to be this vehicle that's sitting right here behind me. A 1971 Chevrolet Nova. Now this car is decked out like you see it here with all of the Yenko striping and badging. Not an original Yenko by any means, but again, it does have all the striping, all the badging to make it look the part. So with the nice orange paint, the black decals, and all the badging, to go along with that, we do in fact have a big block 427 cubic inch motor under this hood. We also have the Muncie M21 manual 4-speed transmission, and we've got the 10-bolt GM rear end. It is a POSI unit in there with a 273 gear. Now, as far as wheels, tires, and all the rest of the running gear, the brakes and the steering and so forth, we've got a nice set of 15-inch American Racing Torq Thrust 2 wheels. As you can see here, they've got the satin black spokes and the machined lips on those wheels. Again, they're in excellent shape. As far as the tires, of course, the ever so popular BFGoodrich Radial TA tire. These are 225/60 15s on both the front and on the rear of the car. And then as far as steering, it is power steering. It's also got power brakes. Now it is disc brakes, all four corners with drilled slotted rotors. So again, that's going to keep the braking nice and cool on the vehicle, and you're going to have tons of stopping power here. So we'll start our walk around. Again, things like all the bright work and stuff like we always go over. Of course, we're going to do that for you right now. So it does have the bright bumpers, the chrome bumpers, front and back. The chrome on these as we walk around are in excellent shape. There's no dents or dings, no scratches, no pitting whatsoever. Everything all looks good. We do in fact have the 427 badging up here on the front fenders. And again, the bezels and the lenses in all of our side marker lights are all in great shape. As I mentioned before, we do have the black Yenko striping, which goes all the way back the side of the car. And on the front fenders here, we also have the Nova script emblems, as well as those Yenko badges as well. If we come back to the door, we can also check out the gaps there to the front side as well as the back side of the door. Very nice tight gaps, very uniform front to back. And again, elevations too. The elevations on this compared to the front fender as well as the rear quarters on the car are very, very nice. Everything matches up very, very well. Chrome door handles here all look good. We do have both mirrors too, both the driver and the passenger side mirror, all in great shape. Not only the chrome finish, but also the lenses in those as well. As far as our windows go, well, we've got the bright work around the windows, the bright work, the trim here. All of that looks nice here. There's no dents or dings anywhere here. Looks to be in good shape. All of our glass, slightly tinted, no chips or cracks that I can see here on any of the glass, whether it be the wing window, the actual door glass, or the quarter window glass. It's all in great shape. And as you can see here, the drip rail moldings, those have been painted the same color as the body. They are all nice and straight. And if I run my fingers through that rain gutter there, nice and smooth all the way through there. Let's open our door up so we can take a look at the interior now. So again, as you can see, all black interior. It does have the split bench seats up front with headrests. All the seat belts are all intact, both front and rear. Factory dash, factory instrumentation. It does have a few aftermarket gauges though, one of which is the column mount Stewart Warner tack. It also has the 3 white face gauges underneath the dash, and those are going to be your water temperature, voltmeter, and oil pressure gauges. You do have the Hurst 4-speed shifter with the white shift ball there. And again, this car does have an aftermarket radio. It's a Kenwood AM/FM CD player. It does have a set of 6x9 speakers in the rear package tray. Nice sport style steering wheel there too. Door panels all in great shape here also. No rips or tears anywhere on the door panels. Your armrest pads here are all intact. There's no splits or cracks there. And all of our weather stripping too around the door, all in great shape. Even has the little rubber door bumpers here too. And your threshold plates are in very nice condition too. So that's from the driver's side. We'll take a look once we get to the passenger side as well. Door shuts very nice and easy, a nice good solid thud there. And again, those elevations all lining up as I mentioned. Again, you see that black decal there with the Yenko SC here on the tail panel. Again, those decals are in nice shape, nothing peeling off or anything. Very, very nice condition. As far as the rear glass in the car, well, you can see very nice shape here. There's no chips or cracks in the glass. All of your bright work, the molding all the way around is in really good shape. Just a couple little tiny dings in the back trim here, but again, the windshield or the rear glass itself is in great shape. Trunk fitment too on this car is really, really nice. As far as your elevations here and your gaps all the way around the trunk, everything looks very nice. Of course, around the back side of the car now, we see that we do in fact have the Yenko badging also back here on the trunk lid, as well as that Nova script emblem. Also here on the tail panel, you'll see we've got the SS badging. Your bezels, as well as the lenses for the taillights are in great shape. And again, as I mentioned there earlier, the chrome on these bumpers is in great shape. No chips, no scratches, no pitting. Again, they look really, really nice back here as far as that chrome goes. Now let's go ahead and open our trunk up, take a look inside. So first and foremost, the key does in fact work that trunk latch. The underside of the trunk done the same color as the exterior of the car, that nice orange. Very smooth, shiny paint. You've got your decal up here that says it's equipped with a limited slip differential. But again, this is the POSI unit down here, but your decal is all intact. Now, as far as the trunk floor itself, this thing's in excellent shape here. Again, you can see super nice metal in here. There are no patches whatsoever. We've got a nice set of floor mats here that go with the car. A nice trunk mat here too as well. And if I just gently lift that up, you see there's nothing hidden underneath. All good solid metal here for your trunk floor. And with your weather stripping here on the trunk, all in great shape, all intact. There's no rips or tears anywhere, no pieces chunked off. It meets together here in the center. All of your water channels here, all nice and straight, all good and solid. So again, that's going to help direct any water. If you get caught in the rain or something, it's going to direct that water right out the back of the car. You're never going to have to worry about it getting inside this trunk. So let's close this up. Again, that shuts nice and easy. And now we'll go around the passenger side of the car. Again, we've got those matching decals, all of your side marker light bezels and lenses in great shape here. Quarter panel, nice and straight. As a matter of fact, the rest of this body, all the metal on this car is nice and straight. Wheels and tires, as we go around, you can just kind of take notice how nice everything is on these. Again, the condition of the wheels is in great shape here. And again, those tires, the BFGoodrich Radials, the tread on those is in great condition too. Now, as we come back over here to the passenger side, again, all the same things we just went over. So again, we have our drip rail moldings here, nice and straight, painted body color. As we feel through the rain gutter, nice and smooth all the way around there. Our bright work around our side windows is in great shape. And again, the tinted side windows here, no chips, no cracks, and any of that. We've got our gaps in our door here, back side and front side. Those are in great shape, very uniform. Elevations are right on this car. The chrome door handles and the chrome mirrors here, all in excellent shape. Let's open up now from the passenger side. Again, just kind of going over the condition of the interior now. So we've been over what all is in here. Condition of the interior is in excellent shape. No rips or tears in any of the seat upholstery. Carpeting looks great. There's no rips, tears, or fading there. No cracks or anything in the dash panel or the top there either. So all of that looks good as well. And again, everything else we've already been through as far as the interior goes. So we'll close this. Again, it shuts nice and easy as well. As we work our way towards the front of the car, again, we've got the matching Nova and Yenko badging on the fender, as well as the 427 emblems there. And that brings us around to the front of the car. So again, now you get to see the condition of that front bumper there, the chrome on it in great shape. The front grille all intact here and looks good. The SS badging right in the center as well. Headlights, traditional sealed beam unit. Glass lenses here, those have no chips or cracks out of them. All of our bright work around the leading edge of the hood here is in great shape too. If we look at our hood, again, stock style hood, all flat here, but you can see the gaps all the way around the hood here all look very good. Your Yenko decals all in great shape here. Your cowl area, the vents and so forth all look great too. And as we come up to the windshield here, our bright work, our trim all the way around is in excellent shape on this windshield. And again, the windshield's in great shape too, with no chips or cracks in the windshield anywhere at all. Windshield wipers, you've got a nice set of wiper blades on here, so if you do get caught in the weather, you've got those to utilize there too. Wiper arms are all in good shape as well. Let's go ahead and open up our hood. Take a look underneath here, see what we have for our power plant. So as I mentioned earlier, it is a 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet motor here. Starting at the top here, we can see we've got our chrome lid and base for our air cleaner here with the 427 decals, the turbojet 425 horsepower decals on there. Underneath that, we've got an Edelbrock 750 CFM carburetor, and then of course we've got the aluminum Weiand intake. That all helps with air and fuel delivery. Nice set of chrome valve covers, more so a stock appearing valve cover for a big block Chevrolet here. Looks like we've got a nice set of aluminum heads. These are the ProMaxx aluminum heads there. Those all look very, very nice as well. Of course, coming off of the heads, we've got a nice set of cast exhaust manifolds. And again, a lot of times, depending on space and so forth, if you're really confined to a specific area, like underneath the hood of one of these, sometimes those exhaust manifolds take up a little bit less room. And they seem to seal up really, really good too. So that's why a lot of people elect to use those. So again, and that enters into your full dual exhaust, Flowmaster style mufflers back there. Of course, with our radiator for cooling, we do have a Griffin aluminum radiator here with a chrome shroud on it for your fans, 6-blade steel fan there too to help cool everything down for that big block. As you can see, it does have the breathers there on your valve covers so that everything is vented properly. And as I mentioned earlier there, it is in fact a power brake car. As you can see, your booster back there, and it is power steering here. You've got your reservoir, all your pulleys and belts are all hooked up there too as well. All the hoses and so forth all look to be in really good shape. Hose clamps all good, everything's all sealed up. I don't see any leaks whatsoever underneath here. The carburetor itself does in fact have an electric choke on it as well. So again, this is going to be a very driver-friendly car. You're going to be able to take this thing out, have lots of fun with it, and again, with having the big block, going to have lots of torque there too that you can play with from time to time. Now, right behind the motor here, as I mentioned, we've got that Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission, as well as the 10-bolt POSI unit back there, which has the 273 gears, so it's not going to over rev or anything like that when you have it out on the road. It's going to be a nice cruising vehicle, and again, this thing definitely has the look that you would want if you're going for the you know, the Nova, this body style here. Very nice car, conditions all the way around, drive line, your steering, your braking, all of that. It's all good stuff right here. So again, what we always do is we're going to shut this all up here. We're going to get this on our lift so that we can show you the complete underside. And yes, we are going to fire that motor up for you. Let you hear exactly what that sounds like. Again, I'll come back here at the end of the video just to let you know a little more information as far as our stuff like our warranty and financing and shipping. But yes, if you are looking at this car, whether it's on our website at www.hanksters.com, or if you're on YouTube or one of the many other places that we actually advertise on, just always keep in mind that for the full retail price here that you're seeing, you are going to get our Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. You're also going to have enclosed shipping included with that if you're located within the 48 contiguous states. Again, if you have any questions at all about any of that stuff, always feel free to reach out to us, contact us any way that you can. We'll be glad to answer any questions. And again, financing, if that's a thing for you, we definitely offer that too. We can kind of guide you through that process as well. So with that said, we're going to close this all up, get it on our lift, show you the underside, fire that motor up. And like I said, we'll hit you up right at the very end with some of that other information. Hey folks, welcome back with us here in our shop. We've got our 71 Nova here up on the lift. So as we always do, we're going to go through this thing forward to back here, going over all the components that we have underneath here, kind of talking a little bit about the condition of everything that we see underneath here as well while we're calling everything out. So starting here at the front, obviously, we're always going to look up and check that radiator. We want to make sure across the bottom we don't see any leaks or drips, anything like that whatsoever. This is very dry across the bottom. Again, an aluminum radiator here. Our hoses at the bottom, all dry. Hose clamps, all in good shape here. Tanks and so forth, drain petcock, all look to be nice and dry. No leaks there at the radiator. If we move back a little further, this is where we begin to talk about some of the suspension up front here. So with our Nova here, the 71, we do in fact have the front sway bar on here. Now again, we've checked this car out front to back, looked over all the bushings, all the ball joints and everything's all checked out on it. But again, I do want to call out, bushings all look good on this. The sway bar end links all look to have the urethane or like the prothane bushings on them. So that's going to keep everything nice and tight here on the front end of our car. Now as far as the rest of the suspension, the A-arms, the upper A-arms and the lower control arms here, again, all of our bushings have been checked out. Those are all in good shape. All of our ball joints all look to be in good condition. All the little rubber dust boot covers are all intact. That way it keeps all that grease in, dirt and debris out, away from those ball joints, so that they last a whole lot longer for us. Springs and shocks all look good. Mounting hardware for the shocks and the shock bushings, those all look good and tight as well. Now this car is power steering. So again, we've checked over everything there. We've checked over the steering box, the actual power steering reservoir, and of course we look at all of our steering components underneath here, your pitman arm, the drag link, your tie rods here, all the way around, everything all looks good. Tie rods are nice and straight, tie rod ends, all the rubber dust boot covers, all intact on here as well. Out here at the ends then, brakes. So again, this has the power brakes on the car. They are all 4-wheel disc brakes on this car. Looks like regular GM components here on the front. And I do believe as we get to the back, we're gonna have some drilled slotted rotors back there to go over. But up here, all GM. Again, if you ever need to replace pads, rotors and such, you should be able to go to just about any auto parts store around and be able to pick up all those consumable components there for that. And as far as the wheels and tires go, as you saw from our walk around, It does have the 15-inch wheels all the way around, the American Torq Thrust 2 wheels, finished off there with the black satin spokes, and then of course those machine lips to give it a really nice look, and then the BFGoodrich Radial TA tires, 225 60 R15s all the way around. Tread on these are in excellent shape. Come back in more now towards the center of the car, and now we'll start talking about our driveline components. Of course, that motor that we went over in our walk around, that's that 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet power plant there. It does have the stock cast exhaust manifolds on it, but it does have full dual exhaust on it. Now we've measured these out. They are 2.5-inch pipes all the way back to the mufflers. Those are in fact, they look to be like a set of Flowmaster style mufflers. And then off of the mufflers, we've got 3-inch tailpipes. So you're gonna have a nice, good, deep throaty sound to this car. As far as the transmission, this is a Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission. All of your, the casings, all your side covers, all of that all looks nice and dry. It does in fact have the cover on the front of the bell housing to help protect that flywheel from getting any dirt and debris in there and possibly chipping a tooth or so off of the actual flywheel. So that's going to keep that nice and safe. Shifter rods all look to be in good shape here. The transmission cross member looks to be in great condition. The tail shaft here, your output shaft seal, that is nice and dry too. That's in fact where your slip yoke slides in from the drive shaft. Again, nice and dry, no leaks there. The drive shaft itself, this is a steel drive shaft. It's going to be a balanced drive shaft to help eliminate any kind of driveline vibrations as well. As I look up, I notice that we have all of our emergency brake cables and so forth all hooked up here. And again, that does go back there to those rear disc brakes. They have the parking brake option. It's all hooked up and all functional as well. The frame and the floors on this car looks to be in excellent shape. Of course, it is a subframe car. The subframe on this thing looks to be nice and straight. Your body mount bushings all look to be in really good shape. They're not split and overly tight. They all look good. The floors on this car look phenomenal. I don't really see, I don't see any patching that I can determine anyways underneath here. Again, they all look good and solid. All your bracing is there and intact. Pinch welds are nice and straight down both sides. And the rockers are all good and solid on both sides all the way back. So as we come back here a little bit further, we'll kind of get to our rear end here. So this is a GM 10-bolt rear. It is a POSI unit 273 gear. The differential cover, again, is all dry and leak-free, so no issues there. As far as the rear suspension, we have multi-leaf rear suspension along with a nice set of air shocks. Again, these air shocks are nice. They're easily adjustable just by simply putting an air hose to them. You can raise and lower the rear of the car, give it the ride height you're looking, give it the ride quality that you're looking for there also. Again, as I mentioned, these are disc brakes on the back as well with the parking brake option, drilled slotted rotors. Again, the 15-inch Torq Thrust 2 wheels there with the BFGoodrich 225/60/15 tires. The pinion seal, nice and dry on this rear end too. As I mentioned, coming off of these mufflers, we've got the 3-inch tailpipes on both sides. They exit out here right between the leaf spring and the rear quarter panel of the car. The fuel tank itself is in great shape. No dents or dings on the fuel tank. Your mounting straps, all the hardware is in good condition. The actual fuel lines here, as we see those are nice and dry too, so no leaks, and that's very important. Even your fill net coming off of the fuel tank, that is in great shape and no leaks there whatsoever. So that's pretty much the underside here of our 71 Nova. Again, a couple of the things that I always like to go over with individuals here on these cars is, again, we do go over these things from top to bottom as best as we possibly can. Anytime we see anything that needs addressed, we go ahead and do so. As far as financing, shipping, and all of that stuff, yes, we do provide financing. It would be through third-party companies, but we do work very, very closely with several of those companies out there. So if financing is something that you think you would like to check into, then by all means, you can go right through our website, fill out a credit app, it'll get sent right to us, and then we can forward it right over to whichever finance company we feel would be the best shot and best deal for you. As far as shipping the cars too, that is something, whenever you purchase a car at full retail price, we do include the enclosed shipping with that to anywhere within the contiguous 48 states. So again, keep that in mind whenever you're purchasing a car from us, if in fact you're a little distance away and you're going to need the shipping there for that. And that's pretty much it. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and lower this car down now. We're going to fire this thing up so you can hear what that big block 427 sounds like. Again, if you have any questions, definitely reach out to us there at hanksters.com. Call us, shoot us an email, send us a text. However's your best option there, go ahead and do that. We'll be right back in touch with you there as fast as we can and hopefully help you out towards your choice of your next muscle car.